screen printing, water-based ink on a line table. This is a line table, and it's very simple, cost-effective, and used the whole of Asia. And so what we're going to do, we're going to print, we're going to start the whole process. First things first, obviously material, a t-shirt will move. So you use a thing called table tack. We're going to have to just glue, so it's a little bit tacky as it says. We're just going to put a little bit of table tack. You do get a spray, but this works easier. Then the shirts come in a bag. And we'll just rub it on. This is just to make sure that the shirts don't move when you're printing. We'll do some test material. Let's just throw this over here. So as I said, so we had the table tack to make sure that our material doesn't move. We're then going to use a screen. It's just mesh. It's got a center mark. Registration bar. On our platens, it's got a center registration bar, the center of the platen. So when you put them together, it's the center. So your artwork is centered on each one. So all you have to do is put it down, click it in, and each print will be exactly the same place. And that is the secret of this whole thing. Okay. So here's our process yellow. Okay, we take the yellow, put our inks down. Just put it down here. You can use a squeeze bottle. That'll do. Once you've got the ink down, you use a squeegee. It's almost like a window squeegee for window washing. It's got a rubber blade and a handle. This is what we use to get the ink from the screen onto the substrate, which in this case will be our material. This whole thing, the whole printing process is down to one stroke, one angle. I'm going to hold it up so you can see. This angle 90 is totally wrong. You'll see now, because if you do it at this angle, it will run, it will go like hop. You won't get a consistent print. The first time you start printing, you're going to go like this. Our wrists are just as natural. You're going to end up like this. You're going to get to about here, and you're going to have no ink left on here, and it's all going to run up the screen here, the squeegee. So all you have to do is one angle for everything. It's not a 45, it's like a 75-degree angle. You gently pull it over the whole artwork. That's called the flood. Put it down, same angle for everything. You just pull it through. And there we have a print. Okay, now this is CMYK. Your first print is always a bit dodgy. See, I didn't push hard, same angle. Flooding. So again, we push our hip against the screen, oh, it's going to move. The same angle. That's it. We've cleared the ink off the screen, which means no ink on the screen. All the ink's on the substrate. So now we can move on to our next color. Full color CMYK printing, depending on the order, when you expose your screens, when you do your artwork, you might have to change the color order. But this one is set up, we can print the yellow, the magenta, the cyan, and the black. And if all goes well, we should have a full color print. So we do exactly the same thing again. We're going to put our cyan ink. Put our ink down. Same angle for everything. Almost left, as you can see. We're not pushing hard. Just make sure that the edge of the blade is flush against the screen. One stroke, coat your artwork, put it down, same angle, pull it. No ink in the screen, all the inks on the print. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. Same angle, always use the same angle. You want muscle memory to kick in at the same, your body can just do the same angle for everything. Same angle, just put it through. We're not going to, you can't carry on stroke, we're not house painters. The more strokes you give, the more ink you lay down, which can affect the print, especially these half tones. As you've noticed with the CMYK printing, we're printing wet on wet, which means that we're not drying the colors in between, because we need them to be wet so they can blend. So now we do our cyan. And always wash your hands. Same angle, not pushing too hard on the flood. Coat your artwork so the ink can go through it. Make sure it's clicked in. Keep the same angle. Stroke, you can see there's no ink left in the artwork because it's all on the shirt now. Pull the ink out the screen. This is the one I pulled harder. Remember, I gave it 2 coats of magenta, so you can see how it's affected the colors. Where this one was just 1, and you can see the colors are a lot more magenta-ish because I pulled it twice. So too much ink messes with the half tones, especially with CMYK. Okay, then our last screen will be our black. Last screen is our black. Again, same angle, gently just make sure there's enough ink to cover the whole print. So actually put a bit more ink than you would. When you think you've got enough ink, add just a little bit more. You know, the black, you don't want it to overpower, so it's a quick, same angle, just one quick pull. And that just makes the whole thing just come alive. Do it again, this angle. When you start, you're going to end up going like this. And as you can see, you stop putting ink here, and it all starts running up the side here. When you've got the ink on the screen, on the squeegee, just put it down and flex it, and all the ink will fall off. Okay, then we're going to, we don't do this, you flood straight through once. We don't, otherwise you put too much ink through the bottom, and it will affect the print. And there we go. 4 strokes, full color, CMYK. This is done 35 lines per inch on a 110 mesh screen. Okay, when you finish printing, all you have to do is take your ink, because it's water-based, you just put it back into your container. No wastage. The screen you just wipe off with water. We'll clean them just now. Okay, then clean your hands, always. We'll see later when we're printing with white in it. You'll get ink across here, so wear an apron or an old shirt. Okay, so what you've done now, this ink is wet. So it's called flashing. But now to flash, you normally use a heat gun or a machine. We use a hairdryer, because a hairdryer will not burn a shirt, and your wife might be a little bit upset, but she'll get over it. Mine did in any case. Make sure it's not hot. And all you have to do is just run it over it a little bit. Now when we move our shirts, it won't smudge. It's not cured, so if you wore this shirt exactly like this, even though it's dry, if you wore this shirt and you wash it, it'll all just come out. You need to still cure it, which we'll do later. But this is how we print CMYK, and that angle is how we're going to print all our prints. So now let's move on to something easier.